One second.
I know mom has one. She's ready and reeling for boogers. Y'all think I'm gonna be watching boogers for the rest of my life? I can't do it. Oh my god.
Everybody doing well with me? Yes. So I cannot go to Florida this weekend. What the heck?
Wow. You watch Civ Pro?
Of course.
Okay.
Boring. How do you all feel about, first of all, I am a Maroon 5 fan, so don't be too rude. People either love or hated Adam taking his shirt off.
Lord.
Oh, he's taking it for
He's joking, right?
I just met him.
Well, Maroon 5 and I are so cool, we're on a first name basis, and it's like Adam, you know? It's like that. So I like to get some of their older songs, which are hits, but it also reminded me they really haven't had a successful album as that first one that's made lots of people fall in love with.
He's too busy playing with Rachel on The Voice.
Oh, Blaine, yeah, that's true. He's on The Voice a lot. And he's got his new little model wife, so.
Well, and you have a bunch of kids too, like.
Yeah, a lot of people have families, especially in their careers. But I always love the halftime shows. I intentionally get on Twitter to see what people are saying, and they were like, they had me laughing so hard. They thought the transitions from one artist to another was kind of awkward. And I'm like, and I felt kind of dumb. I wasn't really at a party. I just kind of did a drive-by during halftime somewhere, and I came back to my friend's house. And so they were saying that, they're like, oh, that's Big Boy. And I didn't even recognize him. I'm like, I don't know who that is. I still didn't know what Travis Scott looks like. I just know his association with the Kardashians. But I was like, who's that? That's Travis Scott. I'm like, okay, that's what he looks like. I don't know. Does he have like a bunch of hits? Like, why is he on that? Random. Yes. Yeah. He's got like one hit wonder, right?
Yeah.
One got a song. He did one with Drake. I don't know. He might have been the only black artist.
Willie doesn't perform at the Super Bowl. All right. That's great. He gets a consolation prize. Nevertheless, my poor husband is now officially depressed because there's no more sports on except for golf.
Yes.
There's no more football. He's like, oh, you'll survive. Oh, that too. But
Yeah, I think we're all there.
there might be some Patriot fans here, so for the Patriot fans that are in here, congrats. So let's get started. We're doing really well because we're like this close to getting out of personal jurisdiction. It's exciting. Like, this is the hardest part of the whole semester, so we're happy. So I wanted to just touch base before we transition into general jurisdiction to talk about specific jurisdiction one more time to make sure that you all kind of see the road to crap. So a quick recap of specific jurisdiction is, again, the first prong of the three-part jurisdictional test is that the plaintiff's claim must arise out of the defendant's contact with the state. So we know that's one of the important things to establish a specific jurisdiction, again, that the plaintiff's claim must arise out of the defendant's contact with the state. And remember, we got that black letter law from the McGee case and the international shoot. So remember, the cause of action essentially arises out of the non-resident defendant's contact with the state. So another way you can say it. Next thing we ask is, we ask is whether the non-resident defendant has minimum contacts with the state. So are there minimum contacts? Is the next thing you're going to ask yourself. And who remembers what we look for to determine whether or not there's minimum contacts? What are some of the buzzwords? Yes, thank you. Yep, we look for whether or not it's systematic and continuous. What else? Yes.
Purposeful availment.
Excellent. Purposeful availment. Any more? Yes, sir. Fairness? No, kind of. Next prong. Any other ones? Yes, you haven't spoken this semester.
Like the relatedness?
Yep, the relatedness, okay, of the contact to the state, yes. Oh, you're on a roll. Foreseeability. All right, see how many add? Look at this. So let's make sure we have the complete list. So determine minimum contacts. We're going to look at the extent, as someone said, of the level of contacts with the state. The second thing we're going to look at is that the defendant's contacts with the state must be continuous and systematic. Remember, isolated contacts are not enough, so that must be systematic and continuous. Isolated contacts not enough. We also know that there can't be any unilateral activity, which no one said that. And that was from the Hansen case. So it can't be a unilateral activity. Next, you look at whether there's purposeful availment. So it can't be no unilateral activity. You're looking to see whether there's purposeful availment. And then foreseeability. Thank you for that. Whether there's foreseeability. And that was from the worldwide Volkswagen case. How cool are these cases? You're like a puzzle. I like it. No, you don't. All right. So what about then the Burger King and Pavlovich case, right? And the Castro case. How should you think about those cases collectively? Again, the Burger King, Pavlovich, and the Castro case. And so really what they are is an example of the application of the minimum contacts test in a contract setting, which would be the Burger King case. The court will look at the defendant's contacts, as you might remember, with the state during contract negotiations. As you remember with Burger King, plaintiffs, defendants, the terms of the contract, and they'll look at the actions that the defendant took while performing the contract in the state. So again, the reminder from the Burger King case is an example of how you apply the minimum contacts test in a contract setting. And what you look at to establish or determine whether there are minimum contacts is you look at the defendant's contact with that particular state when they're trying to bring suit during negotiations. So the defendant's contact with the state during negotiations, the terms of the contract, look at the terms of the contract. So again, looking at the defendant's contact with the state during negotiations, you're looking at the terms of the contract, sorry about that, and the actions taken by the defendant while performing the contract in the state. The Pavlovich case was important because that is an example of applying the minimum contacts test in an internet setting. And they gave us that three-part sliding scale. So again, applying minimum contacts in an internet setting. And then lastly, Bill and Castro, which is a split decision, as we all remember, in the sense of why they came to the conclusion they did, is an example of applying minimum contacts in a stream of commerce setting. Let's be honest, this is awesome. This is very clear. We like this. We can memorize this. We can apply this right now in a law firm. Totally easy to do. Thanks, Lexi. All right. And then the last problem of the analysis in terms of specific jurisdiction is what Dimitri said, which is fairness. Is the exercise of jurisdiction fair and reasonable given the defendant's context? Okay, is it fair and reasonable given the defendant's context? So the last problem, again, for a specific jurisdiction analysis is whether the exercise of jurisdiction would be reasonable or fair given the defendant's context. Reasonable or fair given the defendant's context. And remember, we got those 5 fairness factors that we used to evaluate or answer that question, again, from the worldwide Volkswagen case. 1, the burden on the defendant. I'm going to erase through this because you can get it out of your book. 2, the state's interest in adjudicating the dispute. 3rd, the plaintiff's interest in obtaining convenient and effective relief. Fourth, the interstate judicial system's interest in the most efficient resolution of the litigation. And lastly, the shared interest of states in furthering fundamental substantive social policy. All of those are in the Volkswagen case. You all should be able to pull them out there in your notes. So that was just an effort to kind of help you see why we read what we read and how the puzzle pieces fit together. All right? Okay. So now we're going to be moving on to our discussion of general jurisdiction cases. Okay? All these cases we've discussed thus far have been specific jurisdiction cases. The test for general jurisdiction is whether or not the defendant has substantial, not minimum, but substantial contacts with the state. So it's kind of a set kind of black letter rule that if the defendant is incorporated in that state or has their principal place of business in that state, those are considered enough contacts to establish general jurisdiction. So again, the test for general jurisdiction is whether or not a non-resident, well, whether the defendant has substantial contacts with the state. And again, it's kind of an unspoken rule that if they have, where they're incorporated, where their principal place of business is, they have sufficient contacts to establish general jurisdiction. All right. So initially, what you do as an attorney, when you sit down with your client, you get the facts. They tell you kind of where they want to file the suit and why. My brother lives in Texas, I have a free place to stay during the lawsuit, whatever the reason is. But the first thing you try to determine is whether they have general jurisdiction. If there's not general jurisdiction in the state where they want to bring the defendant to defend themselves, then you see if there's specific jurisdiction. But you always start out with the big, I don't know what to call it, the biggest jurisdictional category. So first, it's like, is there general jurisdiction? Is there specific jurisdiction? Yes to either of those. You know you can file the suit in that case. I mean, the case in that state. All right. So let's start out with our first general jurisdiction case. We have two attorneys today because they're pretty easy cases. Attorney Belanti, or Art down. Hello. And then Attorney Jarnigan. Where are you? All right, in the corner, so I didn't see it. So, either of you give me the facts. Thank you.
Two 13-year-old boys from North Carolina died in Paris from a bus accident. Boys' parents sued in North Carolina, claiming accident occurred due to defective wire and accident occurred. And they sued two defendants, Goodyear USA, an Ohio corporation, and three of the subsidiaries organized and operating in Turkey, France, and Luxembourg.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, I'm just going to say it a little bit louder, but he's going on with the facts. I always think it doesn't work. Yeah. All right, so we have a bus accident in Paris. Who's been to Paris? Oh, a lot of you. I love it there. Oh, can I just tell you a quick Paris story? It's actually really good. So, my husband and I were in Paris, and we got caught up. It was a holiday time, so not this past November, but the one before. So I got all sucked in from being on holidays in this little fair they had, and he kept saying, we're going to miss our train back to Zurich. What are you doing? Freaking come on, right? So, we're literally running, trying to catch this train. We get on, I'm the frugal one, so he wanted to take a taxi to the train station. I'm like, no way, it's going to cost X number of dollars. Let's take the subway. And I should have listened to him, but he's like, fine. So we get on the subway. It goes like one stop, and then it stops in the middle of two stations. And we're all crowded in there. It's like rush hour time, and the clock's ticking. It's the last train out. We're just like freaking out because we're like, we got to get back and catch a flight out of Zurich that next morning. And so I'm like asking people, I'm like, does this happen a lot? Like, should we stay, or is this simply going to be a long time? And I'm like, excuse me, and nobody would talk to me, right? And I was just like, are you seriously kidding me? I'm like, so finally I said, honey, I get ready to totally embarrass us. He's like, do whatever you have to do. We need to know whether we should get off this train or try to get a taxi, because part of the concern with me too is that it was so much, like after work traffic, that it was quicker to take the subway. And so finally I said, okay, none of you guys will talk to me. I was like, fine. And he's like, and I said, bonjour! Screams at the top of my lungs. I was like, I don't speak any more French, but damn it, I know! So they like, couple people laughed. They're like, yeah, you should get off the train. They're like, we're gonna be here for a while. And I'm like, why didn't you just say that? Yeah, and I was just like, really? I said, thank you. And I'm like, what? So, and he was like, good job. So we're high-fiving. We get off the train or whatever. We hop in a taxi, and he's like, I'll pay you double if you speed, right? So the guy's like, cool. So he's like, doing, trying to get there. We get to the train station. The guy's like literally closing the door. We're running down the platform, and I'm thinking, I know I'm gonna fall. I get it. And I know I'm gonna fall. And so we run, and we're like, please don't close it. So we get on the train. What happens hours later? The freaking bombings, where they shut down Paris. So we would have been stuck for a couple of days, which would have been bad. And the sad part, don't judge me, okay, when I say this. Do not judge me. But while I was there, my brother passed away. And I was there as a, whatever, they picked like 25 emerging, Americans, like young scholars, to come to Zurich. And so he passed away the day we were supposed to go to Paris. And, I was like, I'm coming home. My dad's like, your flight leaves in a day anyway, just wait. And my husband had never been to Paris, so we went to Paris anyway. But the point is that that's why it was so important for us to get back to get that flight, because I didn't want to miss my brother's funeral. And so we had no idea the bombings, like we would have been stuck for a couple of days, and it would have been very bad. And we were in that area, and I knew something wasn't right, because I've been to Paris before. And sure, they have like, their police officers carry guns, yeah, whatever. But like in the Louvre area and some of the touristy areas, there was like an increased police presence. It was like an army there. So they were on notice, they just didn't know where it was going to happen, because they had those AK-47s, and I actually felt uncomfortable. I'm like, there's never that many police officers around. Like, what's going on? So that's my Paris story. Pretty exciting though, huh? Yeah, it was exciting, but yeah, bonjour. All right, so bus accident, we weren't on this bus. In Paris, kills two 13-year-old boys from North Carolina. The boys sued North Carolina, which makes sense, state court, and they claimed that the accident was due to a defective tire, as Attorney Belanti said, manufactured in Turkey in a plant of a foreign subsidiary, Goodyear. Okay, so they sued Goodyear, USA, Ohio, and some of its subsidiaries, which were located in Turkey, France, and Luxembourg. All right, so Attorney Jarnigan. Did I say your name right? Let's see. Jarnigan, yes I did. All right, so we've got Mercedes-Benz, USA. Wait. No?
Wrong case. Not right.
Oh, not there yet? Oh, that's a Dahmer case. You're right. I love that case. I love it. I'm going to tell you why. It's a Dahmer case. We're going to have a great debate about that. So I jumped the gun on that. So let's back up. Did Goodyear contest personal jurisdiction in this case?
Well, the U.S., the Goodyear U.S. didn't, but the subsidiaries.
All right. And why didn't they contest the jurisdiction in North Carolina, Goodyear? The obvious reason. Why don't they mind being in North Carolina?
Because they're incorporated in the U.S.
So, yeah, they're incorporated in the U.S. Do you have any specific contacts in New Jersey?
North
North
Carolina.
Carolina. Wow, that's one of those things. Sorry. Yeah, excellent. So they don't mind having jurisdiction in North Carolina because they have plants there, so it's not a big deal. So then, if they didn't protest personal jurisdiction in North Carolina, who did?
Their subsidiary.
Excellent. All right. right, so there are 3 subsidiaries that were in Turkey, France, and Luxembourg, right? All right, so the issue in this case is whether a foreign subsidiary, which just means they're a parent company, so they're partially owned or fully owned by a bigger entity, okay, when I say subsidiary. So whether a foreign subsidiary of a U.S. corporation can be subject to personal jurisdiction in North Carolina on claims which are not related to the subsidiary's activities in the state of North Carolina. So again, what we're trying to determine here is whether a foreign subsidiary of a U.S. corporation can be subject to general or personal jurisdiction in North Carolina on claims which are not related to the subsidiary's activities in the state of North Carolina. Elizabeth, you never looked that bored.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just teasing. I was like, she looks so bored today. You stare at the people that are in the front. All right, so if your counsel, Attorney Belanki, by the way, I love your last name. I've never seen it before, and I think it's awesome. It's kind of like Beyonce named her mom named her maiden name. Like Belanki's like a cool guy name, like not a last. I mean, it's still a cool last name, but I like it. It's cool. All right, so I mean, already. Okay, so Belanki, Attorney Belanki, if you're the counsel for the subsidiaries, what's your argument is why there should not be personal jurisdiction, not in New Jersey, but in North Carolina?
There's no specific jurisdiction?
Why?